We've been fighting a long time, and we have all lost so very much, so many loved ones gone. But you are not alone. There are pockets of resistance all around the planet. We are at the brink.
There was no one who told people to fear the future, that the end was coming, that all would be lost. Nobody wanted to hear her truths. Society locked her away. That woman was Sarah Connor, my mother. Now we know that what she predicted has all come to pass.
This is John Connor. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
I'm so mad right now, I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to jump right into it. There's this fracking thing going on in my backyard. You guys have been following it, seeing what I'm posting. I've been keeping a lot of it private to myself. It's in my backyard. They're pissing everybody off. And it's going to turn ugly fast. Now, I just finished reading an injunction, 2 injunctions for what it's worth, one of which was an emergency injunction made by the people to stop it, which was, I can't say denied, but it was definitely lollygagged through the courtrooms. They need better courts, they need this and that, so on and so forth. I'm not going to get into the details. But the people's request was put on hold, for lack of a better explanation. I read the secondary injunction, which comes out of Houston, an American company. Now, I don't dislike the United States people. That's by no stretch of the imagination as to what I am. I speak with Americans daily, quite literally. All of them are just as angry as I am with what their country is doing. The thing is that my little ass country of Canada, we were left relatively untouched. This war has been fucking going on forever. It's been going on forever. Nothing happened to us. I think it's our turn now. I have a hard time not thinking of one of your great presidents, JFK, because he spoke of invasion with armies opposed to infiltration. Well, if he was opposed to these things, then I can only imagine that he had seen something somewhere that he did not particularly appreciate. My dear Canadian citizens, I believe we're in a situation that none of us ever wanted to admit to. We watched our American cousins invade Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, some of them legal, some of them not so legal, but it's war. There's really nothing legal about war. Oh yeah, we got all these kinds of conventions and all these different rules of engagement, and yeah, sure, the rules are written, but it's fucking war. There's nothing legal within it. Now, I don't think we're going to get invaded. Not yet, anyway. I don't think anybody on that side of the border has the brass behind them to try again. But I have no problems believing that we're being infiltrated. That's kind of big. It kind of means something. And how would I believe that we're being infiltrated? How about the fact that the United States separated from the Queen during their great Declaration of Independence and yet have no problem using the Queen's court system against the Queen's people. Now, sure, we can be Canadian. We can say, I'm not the Queen's people. Fuck the Queen. You can say that all you want. That doesn't make it true. You can believe the sky is purple, but it's not changing for you. Okay? The Queen still holds a particular level of this country's interest. No matter how minute the percentage is, it's very small, yes, but it is still there. So, how does a country that separates from a system turn around 201 years later and utilize this very system against the people that... You see where I'm going with this? So they created an injunction of sorts. They've now sued someone. I have no idea who. I can't make it out. I can only see the cover letter of the document. I will see the rest when time comes. But the problem is if we're being infiltrated, how does that make you feel? Now, I always tell people that this fracking debate, this fracking protest, it's only started, guys. It's only just begun. I'll give you a couple of simple solutions for my New Brunswick brothers and sisters. Okay? Why is Irving financially backing the private security firm for SWN? That's a good question. Now, if I was Irving, I'd be telling SWN to get the fuck out of the province, and I'd do it myself. Now, we don't want fracking in New Brunswick. This is true. This is true. But if I could be fair on both sides of the spectrum here, Irving sits on far more land in this province than we would choose to believe. I like to believe in this little fictitious world that's in my head that Irving would know where to do it. They would actually bring it so far out that yes, it would damage the agriculture. It would damage the environment. Nothing about Irving and fracking is going to be good for the environment. But I like to believe that Irving would have the ability to move it away from people's homes. Irving could do that. It owns enough land to do that. Why isn't Irving doing it? Well, when you look at it in retrospect, for as bad as Irving's had it these past few years, they've been doing quite well. They managed to stay quiet. You know, nobody really notices what they're doing, kind of keeping them themselves, putting their money where they want to put it, investing it where it's got to go. Maybe they got large shares in SWN. We don't even know. Maybe Irving has contracted SWN to drill the wells, put in the piping, and say, get the fuck out, because now it's mine. And Irving has enough money and sway and political power to actually pull that off. Hey, you guys think it's only the Americans that rip people off? Come on, now, we're fully capable of doing this ourselves as well. The United States. People agree with what I'm saying right now, that it is a power grab, a resource grab. Make no mistake, if you're working towards a resource-based economy, would you not want to have control of your own goddamn resources? Or are we just going to, like, bend over backwards like fucking Africa and mine our own goddamn diamonds for them? These are serious fucking ramifications, people. This isn't just some mom and pop shop rolling in from another province. This isn't just Walmart that's multinational that's coming in and setting up shop. This is a resource company. Walmart isn't worth the fucking shit that it's printed on. They can't even pay their employees. They're having food drives to get them through Thanksgiving. Come on now. Without the resources, there is no power. It's called the petrodollar for a reason. It is the money accumulated through the sales of gas. Petrodollars. And you want to look at me and wonder why your money's plastic? What's the primary ingredient to create plastic? Oh, oil. So yes, the Canadian currency is quite technically backed by a valuable resource. Oil. And it's plastic money. Hey, they laughed at us when we made our money fucking different colors. Why wouldn't they laugh at us for making it plastic? Not a big fan of the plastic money, but hey, at least it's mildly truthful. It's backed by a resource. I always said that the Canadian currency should at least be backed by dollars wood or dollars water. Back it by our resource. Oh, but it's not shiny enough. It's not as shiny as gold. Doesn't matter. This country can't go forward with a gold standard. Have you watched what happened to the other countries that tried to go forward with a gold standard? Doesn't work. Petrodollar, everybody seems to like it. They're building entire futuristic cities out in Kazakhstan because the petrodollar is so goddamn amazing. I'm just telling you, this shit is real, this shit is happening. And it's going to start a war. I used to talk between my friends. You'll know when we're close to the end. When a manufactured war between Canada and the United States re-erupts. Canada has no real beef with the United States. There is none. Why would there be? We go into wars 3 years before you get there. We even let you claim that you won. We don't give two flying fucks about your history books or about how you get through whatever it is that you get through. We don't care. As long as you leave us the fuck alone. You keep all of your resources and you keep all of your people in your country. And if you find something nice in ours, too fucking bad. We listen to our native culture. That's kind of stretching. We don't listen to shit. But back in the day, after all the bullshit went down, the natives managed to save us. And they'll do it again. We're kind of known for it. Our resources were left untapped. We utilized everything we could without raping and pillaging our country. Shit, 90% of our populace lives within 10% of the border because we don't want you coming the fuck in. Hey, you want to immigrate here? We won't turn you away. You want to be a Canadian citizen? All the power to you. It's really not that hard. It's really not that complex. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. I'm talking about private security firms coming in from another country, brandishing weapons on my soil. That's what I'm talking about. Not even soldiers. Can't even put your military behind you because you know it's going to start a fucking war. So you're going to put some private security firms. So you might get Irving to financially back it, make it look pretty, but we're not idiots. It's a whitewashing of money. It's just money. Nobody gives a fuck about it. And at that level of the game, there's entirely too much of it at play for anybody to understand what's taking place. But this is what's taking place. We sit on $13 trillion of natural gas. Our province. I want to get to as much as the next person. But there's a safer way. There's always a safer way. It may not exist right now. It may not be available to use. But it will be. It will be designed. Even if we have to design it our fucking selves. Our fuel. Our resources. You think you're going to come in here, tap it, and then send it through? Jean Chrétien told you after 9/11, we are not against you, but we are not with you on this one. And we will not sell you our water. What the fuck makes you think you're coming in for natural gas? You ignorant fucking tool. No, you know what? Tools are actually useful. Tools would have had this war done fucking 10 years ago. With the goddamn weaponry, manpower, strategic influence that we have on this goddamn continent, there's no reason to carry a war this long. Not one. Unless you never intended to win. Can't lose. That would just make you fucking look bad. Remember what happened in 1812 when you lost? Yeah. It didn't fucking make you look good at all. So you're not allowed to lose. But you don't want to win either. Because with your resources, and me at the helm, this war would have been done by now. For what it's worth, this war never would have been waged. It wouldn't have. Because this fucking past administration and this current administration is about as useless as tits on a fucking bull, man. It really is. You don't know how to fight a war. You think you know. You think you understand. But you don't know shit. You got big red buttons that you know you can't touch. Big red buttons and nobody can touch them. We have some of the largest countries in the world watching you right now. And make very, very close attention. Pay very close attention to this one, my dear friends. When Russia comes to Canada because they want the states, I will lead them right to your front fucking door. So get out of my country. When China paratroops in and hits Canada and is a little lost, I will lead them right to your front fucking door. When Iran is not quite sure where to place its ballistic missiles, I will lead them right to your front fucking door. So make no mistake about it. You get out of Canada. And you fucking run. And you run very far. Because even when you leave, we are the kind of upset that we might still lead them to your front door. But if you stay, it's on like Donkey Kong. That's up to you. Winter is coming. And I'm good friends with Winter. Me and Winter, we're like this. Me and 15 layers of clothing and not being cold and spying on you and seeing what you're doing, we're good. Been doing that since I was 6 years old. Have to admit, don't really know what it's like to pluck an orange from a fucking orange tree out in Florida. But I can tell you a whole lot about ice fishing. You don't want to play these games right now. The weather is not in your favor. What are you going to do? Turn on harp? Give us a snowstorm? You're going to give us a winter hurricane? You're going to shake the ground beneath us? You can't shake the fucking ground beneath us, you ignorant fool! You want the oil. You want the gas. You can't shake the ground beneath my feet. But you can try and do everything else. There's nothing that your weather modification can do that's going to stop us. So unless you're going to come in, guns a-blazing, you're not getting that fuel. Even when you tap it. Even when SWN wins. Even when they do all the work that nobody wanted them to do. Do you honestly think that fuel is crossing the border? Are you a fucking moron? Come on now. MIT, I swore there was more intelligent people there than that. Harvard, way more intelligent people there than that. You got fucking NASA, and you still think that we're going to let it cross the border? You're a fucking idiot. Now get the fuck out of my country.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave.